try that again. Okay. All right, we're here with Leah Wiedemer. She's one of our fall session full season artists, and she will be joining us for the Flagler Fine Art Festivals starting here on September 15th. And we're just stopping by her studio today to talk a little bit about her work and her background. And welcome to the festivals and our little interview show. So tell us, how long have you been painting? Where are you from?
Okay, well, like most artists, I've been doing art for most of my life. But when my youngest started kindergarten is when I decided to really take a few lessons. I started out in watercolor and really loved that, and did a few years of outdoor shows and exhibitions, like did New Smyrna and Maitland and Marco Island. But
so are you originally from Florida?
No, we moved here just after we were married from Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay.
So it feels like we've been here forever, and actually we've lived here longer than we didn't. so it is home. We've been in Florida for a number of years. So we had a bad weather year for the outdoor festivals, and I just thought, I just can't take my watercolors out there and do that anymore. So I had an opportunity to apprentice with somebody doing wall murals. And I did that, and a couple of years later I was able to do my own business doing wall murals. I did that for a number of years. And then I decided I hadn't really done anything with oils or soft pastels, and I was getting very interested in that. And someone had approached me about book illustration. So I did a series of children's books, The Adventures with Pawpaw, and it's a little dog that travels around. It's a toddler age book, and it was a local author in Lake Mary, Florida. So that was really enjoyable, but I still was working in watercolor, and I hadn't really started with the oils, so I did begin to pick them up then right after that, and at the same time I had inherited a lot of family photos, old ones, like early 1900s, late 1800s. So I started doing some nostalgia pieces using those in soft pastels, and I had picked up the velour paper for soft pastel. It's got a real, it's like velour, it's just a real soft, and it gave everything a real dreamy quality, and I really like that for those.
Nice. Will we be seeing any of the pastels at the festivals, or primarily your paintings?
I have both, and probably I'll just keep an eye on the weather to see what I bring with me. But I would like to bring both, because I've got, it's pretty even, you know, from what I do. Like I'll bounce from one to another. I'll try even a landscape. I'll do landscape in soft pastel. I think, oh, I wonder how that would be in oil. So then I'll do something very similar in oil, and I just enjoy trying both mediums and trying new techniques. And
yeah, it really keeps it a little bit fresh. I know that I have a tendency to bounce around between mediums and 2 dimensions and 3 dimensions even.
Wow.
So, I'm primarily a sculptor, but when I do go into 2 dimensions, it's usually pastel colored pencils or something like that. I don't consider myself much of a painter, but I'm sure one of these days I'll dabble again. But so tell me, do you have a specific inspiration? Do you mentioned you've got these nostalgic photos? Do you usually work from photographs? How do you determine what your subjects are?
My process is evolving all the time. So I used to be real strict with my, you know, if it was in the photo, I would change it very, very little. But I'm beginning now to where I make huge changes. And so I still use photo references, but I use them quite differently than I used to. I'll use maybe 4 or 5 to get different elements that I want to position in my piece. I do a lot more design than I used to do, as far as designing my composition and being more careful about that. And so, but my inspiration, I love to travel, and I just have fallen in love with Italy. So you'll see a lot of my paintings are of places in Italy that really
this one over here
speak to me. This is Venice, right? And there's a Rome up here, but just, you know, all kinds of landscape, and even people that I've met, you know,
they have that interesting face.
Right.
And so you basically, you know, waited until your children were a little bit older, and then you got back.
Well, I ended up, right, I just have 2 children, but when they were both in school was when I decided to really kind of, and I had gotten a little job using painting and everything, and so that was all good. But
did you actually go to school for painting as well?
I did not.
Oh, okay.
No, so it's just been whatever classes I could get. And now with the internet, you can
Yeah.
take classes online, and it's awesome. You have direct contact with the instructor. It's really great. But I ended up homeschooling both my kids, so
Oh, okay.
they were home, and it was active.
Yeah, that's definitely, it is like its own little job as well. Well, not little, but
Right, but I was still able to be at home and to work on
and so
improving my skills.
are they also artistic too because of that upbringing?
My son is he designs arcade games,
Oh, okay.
and he does comic books, but he works for a company in Daytona.
Hmm.
And my daughter's a writer, so
Oh.
yeah, they're very creative.
Wonderful, wonderful. And so what made you decide to want to come visit us or come be a part of these festivals?
Well, we just moved here from Orlando in December, and I joined the Daytona Beach Art League, and just kind of making little inroads, and getting to know the art community here, which I think is awesome. I have a really great community.
Yeah, it's amazing that the Daytona Art League's been around since, what, the 20s or something?
Yeah, a long time, and it's a wonderful group.
Yeah.
I just really have enjoyed my brief encounters with them. I haven't had a lot of dealings, but what I have, they've been really great.
They have a great space out there too.
They do, yeah, wonderful building. So when I saw that the Flagler Beach Art Festival was having a series of shows, I thought, wow, I'd like to try that. I'd like to give that a go.
Fantastic. Well, we're definitely happy to have you with us, and it's exciting to see every artist that comes in adds just a different dimension to it. They've all got their unique style, their preferred subject matter, their different mediums, their different techniques, and so just adding to that, we've got a really great range, I think, of there really is something for everyone. That's our thing. Fine art for everyone.
Yeah, that's good.
And so we're going to be seeing some of these large format paintings of yours, some smaller. What else?
Right. I have a number of large pieces, like these two that you see here. They're 48 by 36.
Mm-hmm.
I usually will take one of those with me and then build the smaller pieces around it. So I've been concentrating more on smaller pieces because, the economy isn't as good as it could be, and they're more affordable.
Yeah, and a wide range, just something
Right.
for everybody. If somebody just falls in love with that large canvas, then they can have it, but if they want to just start getting
Right.
into your work, then they can.
Right, I want to encourage collectors.
Exactly, that's what we're all about, right? And that's what it is really people getting to know you, getting to know your story, getting to see what inspires you, see your working methods, and be able to see these pieces up close so that they can fall in love with them, and then just continue to come on back.
And I'm interested in the local landscape as well. I started doing some things on the Tomoka River, and so I'm real excited about the new. It's not that far from Orlando, but it looks so different than what I'm used to. I mean, the lighting is different, the landscape is different. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that.
Yeah. Well, once again, thanks so much for joining us, and we're going to be seeing you at the festivals, and we'll be taking a look for your pastels and your large formats and small formats, and really appreciate you taking the time to come talk to me so that people can get to know you and know what to look for when they come to the festival. So thank you for joining us. So thanks for watching today, and we'll see you down at the festivals.